What if the girl cursed to sleep for 100 years was never really asleep? You know the story. A princess, a spindle, a curse, and a prince who comes to save her with a kiss. But what if I told you no one was coming? What if the only way out was to fight through her own nightmares, to face the darkness that lived inside her mind? They say she slept for 100 years, but she wasn't sleeping. She was surviving. This is the story they never told you, the story of a girl who refused to wait, a girl who woke herself up. Scene 1. The Curse. Once upon a time, in a kingdom wrapped in golden light, a daughter was born to the king and queen. They named her Aurora. It meant dawn, a new beginning. The whole kingdom celebrated. Fairies came bearing gifts, beauty, grace, a voice like honey, everything a princess should have. Everything except a choice. But one fairy was not invited, Maleficent, the mistress of all evil, and she came anyway. "You want perfection?" Maleficent whispered, her shadow stretching across the cradle. "Then let me give her the perfect fate." She raised her staff, green fire swirled. "Before the sun sets on her 18th birthday, she will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die." The queen screamed. The king drew his sword, but magic cannot be cut. A gentle fairy stepped forward. She couldn't undo the curse, but she could soften it. "She will not die," the fairy promised. "She will sleep, and she will wake when true love's kiss finds her." The king burned every spinning wheel in the kingdom. Aurora was hidden in a cottage in the woods, raised by fairies, never knowing who she truly was. For 18 years, she was safe. But curses are patient, and Maleficent was watching. Scene 2. The Fall. On the eve of her 18th birthday, Aurora felt something pulling her. A whisper, a song, a green light flickering in the shadows. "Come," the voice called. "Come and see what they've been hiding from you." She followed, through the castle, up the tower, into a room she had never seen. And there it was, a spinning wheel, glowing, waiting. "Touch it," the voice commanded. "Touch it and learn the truth." Aurora reached out. She knew she shouldn't, but something inside her wanted to know. Wanted to understand why everyone had always been so afraid. Her finger touched the spindle, one drop of blood, and the world went black. She fell, not to the floor, but deeper, into herself, into a place where time did not exist. The fairies found her moments later, too late. Always too late. They laid her on a bed of roses. They closed the curtains. They put the entire kingdom to sleep so she wouldn't be alone when she woke. "Now we wait," they said. "We wait for the prince." But inside Aurora's mind, something else was beginning. Scene 3. The Nightmare. Aurora opened her eyes. She was not in her bedroom. She was standing in a forest made of shadows. The trees had no leaves, only thorns. The sky was not blue. It was green, sick, pulsing. "Hello?" she called. Her voice echoed and died. And then she heard it. Laughter. Cold, familiar. "Welcome, little princess." Maleficent's voice surrounded her. "Welcome to your prison." Aurora spun around. "Where am I? What is this place?" "This is your mind," the voice answered. "This is where you will stay forever, waiting for a kiss that will never come." Aurora's heart pounded. "You're lying! Someone will find me! Someone will save me!" The laughter grew louder, crueler. "Save you? Oh, child, look around. You are alone. You have always been alone. The fairies dressed you up and told you pretty lies. The king locked you away and called it protection. And the prince doesn't even know your name." Shadows began to crawl toward her, hands made of smoke, faces of everyone who had ever doubted her, controlled her, decided her fate without asking. "You are nothing," Maleficent hissed. "You are a doll, a decoration, a girl who exists only to be rescued. And if no one comes, you will rot here in the dark, forgotten." Aurora fell to her knees. The shadows wrapped around her ankles, her wrists, her throat. And for a moment, she believed it. Scene 4. The Spark. The shadows tightened. Aurora could barely breathe. "Give up," they whispered. "Sleep forever." And she almost did. But then, a memory. She was 5 years old, a butterfly on her hand, a fairy asking, "Make a wish." And little Aurora had whispered, "I wish to be free." The memory burned inside her chest, a spark. "No," Aurora whispered, then louder, "No!" She forced her eyes open and stared into the darkness. "You say I'm nothing? Then why are you so afraid of me waking up?" Maleficent's voice cracked. "You cannot fight me. I am your curse." Aurora stood. Her legs trembled, but she stood. "Then I'll burn you out." She pressed her hand to her heart. Every moment she was told to be quiet, to obey, to wait. And she screamed, not fear, fury. 18 years of silence, breaking. Light exploded from her chest, golden, blinding, the light of dawn. Scene 5. The Awakening. The shadows burned like paper. The thorn forest crumbled. The green sky shattered. And there stood Maleficent. Not a shadow anymore, a woman, old, afraid. "How?" she gasped. "No one breaks my curse from the inside." Aurora walked toward her, calm, unstoppable. "You trapped me in my own mind, but you forgot my mind is mine." She placed her hand on Maleficent's chest. Where her heart should be, there was only ice. "I forgive you, but I don't need you anymore." The ice cracked. Maleficent screamed, 1,000 years of hatred dying. Silence. Aurora opened her eyes. Real sunlight, warm. She was lying on the bed of roses. She sat up, alone. No prince, no kiss, just herself. And she smiled. "I did it! I woke myself up." Scene 6. The Aftermath. The kingdom woke with her. The fairies cried with joy. And yes, a prince did come. He burst through the doors, sword drawn, ready to be a hero. He found Aurora standing by the window, already awake, already free. "I came to save you," he said. Aurora smiled. Not the smile of a rescued princess, the smile of a queen. "I didn't need saving. I needed to remember that I could save myself." The prince smiled too. "Then what do we do now?" She looked at her kingdom, bathed in dawn light. "Now we live. Not the life they planned, the life we choose. She offered her hand, not as a prize, as an equal. And together they walked into the sunrise, not because she needed him, but because she wanted him, and that made all the difference. Don't wait for someone to wake you up. The only kiss that truly saves you is the moment you choose yourself.